This week we're going to be solving systems of equations using what is called the substitution method. Last week we solved equations using the graphing method. And this week we're going to use substitution, and here are the steps. Step number one, we're going to solve one of the equations for one variable. Step number two, we're going to substitute the resulting expression into the other equation. Step number three, solve that equation to get the value of the first variable. Step number four, substitute that value into one of the original equations and solve. Step number five, write the values from step 3 and 4 as an ordered pair, x, y, and check your answer. Seems like a lot, but it really isn't that bad. Let's take a look at a problem. I'm going to do it two different ways. I'm going to do it using the graphical method of last week, and then I'm going to use the substitution method from this week. And I'll show you that we're going to get the same answers regardless of which way we do it. Some people are going to like the substitution method way better than graphing, because in graphing you have to get a piece of graph paper, you got to graph it out. With substitution, you're just using, algebra skills. So in the first problem up here, I have y is equal to 1/2 x plus 4. And I just made this problem up. I'm hoping there's a solution to it. Okay, so I'm going to put a point at 4. Okay, so let me get my marker on. So the y-intercept here is 4, and my slope is 1/2. So I go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. And I'm going to go backwards, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, just so I have a lot of points in here. And then my second equation, I have y is equal to negative 1/2 x, or I'm sorry, negative 1x minus 2. So my y-intercept is negative 2, and then my slope is negative 1. So I can go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, or I could go up 1 over 1. Either way, you're going to get to the same spot. And it looks like it's going to cross right here. Okay, so it looks like my answer, and remember, graphing is our method. Our solution is negative 4, 2 here. Would be my solution. Now, last week I asked you guys to plug the value back in to make sure it works, and I'll do that. So my x value is negative 4, my y value is 2, so I'd get 2 is equal to 1/2 times negative 4, which is negative 2 plus 4. So negative 2 plus 4 is 2, so it does work. In the first equation, in the second equation, I'd have 2 is equal to negative 1 times negative 4, which is 4 minus 2, which is 2. So yeah, it does work. So my solution is negative 1, 4. Okay, so it does work. Now I'm going to use substitution to see if I come up with the same answer. Now, remember the steps. The steps said that we have to rewrite one of the equations in one variable. So that means you have to rewrite one of the equations as y is equal to something or x is equal to something. Well, lo and behold, both of the equations are that way. I mean, they're both written as x or y is equal to. So I have y is equal to 1/2 x plus 4. And I also have y is equal to negative 1x minus 2. Okay, so both of my equations are written as x equals or y equals. So awesome, step 1 is taken care of. Step 2 says that we must plug in what we know one of the variables is equal to into the other equation. So what that means is we know y is equal to, in this problem, and I could take either one of the equations, I know y is equal to negative 1x minus 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug that into, this is the second equation, so I'm just going to plug that into the first equation where I see y. I know what y is equal to. Y is equal to negative 1x minus 2. So I'm going to plug it in here. So I'm going to end up with 1x minus 2 is equal to, and then this side doesn't change, I have 1/2 x plus 4. Okay, so now I have an equation that I'm going to solve, and I've got a fraction in there, which doesn't make me real happy. If I was doing this, I would probably multiply every single term by 2 just to get rid of that denominator. So let's do that. And remember, when you're dealing with math, if you're going to do something to one, you have to do it to everything. So I have to multiply every single thing by 2. So I'm going to multiply this by 2, this term by 2, this term by 2, and this term by 2. So I'm going to end up with 2 times negative 1x. That gives me negative 2x minus 2 times 2, which is 4, is equal to 2 times 1/2, which is 1x. That's why I did it, because I wanted to get rid of that fraction. And then 4 times 2 is 8. So I just multiplied everything by 2. The reason I did that is I wanted to get rid of that fraction. I didn't want to deal with it. Okay, so now it's just an equation to solve. Now, back in semester 1, I think our first 4 weeks we dealt with solving equations. Now this one has variables on both sides. We always talked about getting the variables on the same side, so I'm just going to add 2x to both sides because I want to get my variables on the same side. So I end up with negative 4 is equal to 3x plus 8. Okay, so now I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides because I want to get the variable by itself. So I'm going to subtract 8. And I end up with negative 12 is equal to 3x. I'm solving for x, so I'm going to divide through by 3 here. And x is equal to negative 4. Is that what I got when I graphed it? Look at that. It sure is. Okay, so how do I find my y value? Well, you take what you found for x and you plug it into one of the first equations, either one. So I'm just going to plug it into this one. So y is equal to negative 1 times negative 4 minus 2. Negative 1 times negative 4 is 4 minus 2. So that leaves me with y is equal to 2. So I got the same exact answer, regardless of which way I did the problem. Sorry about that, my dog is barking. Okay, so graphing and substitution, I get the exact same answer. That is the substitution method. So let's do a few more examples of substitution. So in this problem, it says solve the system of equations using substitution. Well, again, I have y is equal to, so both of the equations are y is equal to, so it makes it really easy to do since they're both written that way. So I know y is equal to 2x, so I'm just going to circle it, and I'm going to plug that back into the second equation where I see y. So I'm going to end up with 2x is equal to x plus 5. And now I'm going to solve. So I'm going to subtract 1x from both sides. So it's just basically solving an equation. And that's why some kids are going to love this. So this is going to be 1x equals 5. So x equals 5. So now I have my x value. Remember, our answers are always ordered pairs. So x is 5. So if I plug that back in here, 2 times 5 is 10. So my answer to this problem is 510. That is called using substitution to solve. Let's try a little bit harder problem. Okay, in this problem it says solve by substitution. We have 2x plus y is equal to 5, and y is equal to x minus 4. Is one of the equations written as y is equal to or x equal to? Yeah, I know what y is equal to. It equals x minus 4. So in my first equation, wherever I see the y, I'm going to put x minus 4. So if I rewrite this, I'm going to rewrite the first equation. I have 2x plus x minus 4 is equal to 5. And now it's just an equation I'm going to solve. So 2x plus x, that gives me 3x minus 4 equals 5. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So 3x equals 9. Divide through by 3, and I get x equals 3. Okay, so I have my x value is 3. I want to get my y value, so I just go up to here. I take one of the equations. Now, this one would be the easiest because y is equal to x minus 4. So 3 minus 4 is negative 1. So I get my value. So solving a problem using substitution is fairly easy to do. Let's try a few more. Here's a problem. Now, this one's a little bit tougher. I mean, I've got x equals. So as soon as you have one of the equations as x or y is equal to, that's a good start. So I have x equals 2y minus 4. So wherever I see x in the second equation, I'm going to put 2y minus 4. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2y minus 4 plus 8y is equal to 16. And I'm going to solve this equation. I'm going to add my like terms together. So that gives me 10y minus 4 equals 16. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So I end up with 10y is equal to 20. Y is equal to 2. So now I know what my y value is. Remember, our answer is always an ordered pair. So y is equal to 2. So if I put 2 back up here for y, so 2 times 2 is 4, minus 4 is 0. So my x value is 0. So when you're dealing with these types of problems, what we're going to do is, first you have to find one of the values, and then you substitute it back in. Hence the reason why it's called substitution and solve. Now, this is why, a lot of students, if they didn't do anything in first semester, it's much harder to pass second semester, because last week we dealt with solving a system by graphing. And first semester we learned how to graph using slope-intercept form. Now we're using solving by substitution, which is solving, but you really have to know how to solve an equation, which we spent first semester solving equations. That's why math builds upon itself, and if you don't understand the first semester, it's really hard to pass the second semester. All right. Now, this problem is a little bit harder because neither of the equations are written as x equals or y is equal to. So that means I have to take one of the equations and rewrite it. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to rewrite it. I'm going to subtract y from both sides. So I end up with x equals negative y minus 7. Because remember, we have to have one of the equations written as a variable, x equals or y equals. Now I'm going to take my x. I know what x equals. It equals negative y minus 7. So I'm going to plug that in for x right there. But look at that. There's a 2 in front of it. So this is going to be 2 times negative y minus 7 plus y is equal to negative 4. This used to be an x here. Remember, I just substituted negative y minus 7 in. And then I have to solve this. So remember, when we have parentheses, we multiply through. So that gives me negative 2y minus 14 plus y is equal to negative 4. I'm going to add my variables together. So I got negative 2y plus y, that's negative 1y minus 14 equals negative 4. I'm going to add 14 to both sides because I want to isolate my variable. So negative 1y is equal to 10. So y is equal to negative 10. Because you can't leave that negative in front, so I divide through by negative 1. So now I know what y is equal to. So my answer is going to be negative 10, and then I'm going to plug that back in here to find out what x is. So negative 10 is positive 10 minus 7, so that 10 minus 7 is 3. So my solution should be 3, negative 10. All right, let's try another one. This is off our practice for this week. It says, when using substitution to solve this system of equations, what is the result of the first step? Well, if I was looking at this problem, I know what x is equal to. It equals 6y plus 3. So I would substitute that in for x. So my first step, I'd end up with 6y plus 3 plus 2y is equal to 5. That would be my first step. And it looks like letter C would be correct. Then here it says, Edith is using substitution to solve the system of equations below. What should the first step be? Okay, again, I'm looking at this and it's like, oh, okay, I've got y is equal to 3x. So wherever I see y, I'm going to plug 3x. So I'd end up with negative 2x plus 8 times 3x is equal to negative 2. And that would be my first step. Now, it didn't ask me to solve the rest of it, so I'm just going to leave it as is. So that is solving by substitution.